At one end of Cambridge, just blocks behind Central Square, sits Speedwash Laundrettes, the community laundromat. Here, no matter your class or color, is where you come to wash your clothes. Tucked conveniently at the intersection of Alston and Magazine Streets, several citizens in the area rely on Speedwash to finish their laundry and catch up on local gossip. Run by Eric, a retired attorney, Speedwash still sports its orange drab tile and plastic seating, reminiscent of the Brady Bunch era of America. 2 rows of traditional washing machines stand back to back in the middle of the one-room establishment, with open lids inviting visitors to begin washing right away. On the left is a row of slightly newer washing machines, clad in sleek silver metal frames. All drying is done on the right side of the room, with again the choice of old or less older machines. On a Thursday, at around noon, in walks Stephen P. Funk. That's his stage name, but he also claims that he was born with it. He automatically heads for the change machine, exchanging a $5 bill for a clanging mess of quarters. The machine in the back sells one-time use packages of detergents. Stephen slips a few quarters into the machine and pulls a drawbar to release a package of Tide, his favorite detergent. "I used to play around here. Yeah, I've played at TT's," he says, referring to TT the Bear's Place, a bar south of the laundromat. Stephen's main instrument is guitar, but he's dabbled in harmonica and bass as well. "I still compose, though. You know, I keep publishing my works. It's guys in Spain who play 'em." Occasionally, Stephen will step up on bass guitar to accompany a friend's band. A yellowish-gray ponytail falls out of the back of his baseball cap and swings around every time he moves his head. He doesn't like waiting around the laundromat because he finds it too claustrophobic. Soon, he'll return to transfer his wet clothes to the dryer. Minutes after he leaves, Susan calls me over. She's over at the dryers, standing in front, watching the clothes spin around for one last minute. "You know, he runs a pornography website." There's an implicit web of gossip centered around the laundromat. I denied knowing anything about Stephen and told her that I didn't think it was true. Susan's husband graduated from MIT, one of 2 well-known universities in Cambridge. "My son really wants to get into MIT, she says. I openly admired his ambition for further education. "Well, how old is he?" I asked politely. "Oh, he's in 4th grade. She continues to fill the dryer with wet clothes, claiming that she's used the same one ever since she'd started coming to the laundromat. "I like the ones in back. They're older and faster." In a matter of minutes, Susan's already set the dryer in motion and is on her way out. There are 2 rows of orange chairs at the front of the establishment, next to a small bulletin board and magazine stand. Most customers end up reading while waiting for their laundry. Kosei, a Japanese-born saxophone player, prefers to write in his diary, plan gigs, or have a smoke while he waits. He dials a number on his cell phone. "Hey, this is Kosei. Have you called Liam for the gig? When do you reach Boston?" His next show is in Dorchester. After the call, he takes a walk outside to have a cigarette and puts it out on the sidewalk when he's done. It seems that everyone is in a rush to do their laundry. Each has developed his or her own method for speed and accuracy. Most people end up hurling clothes, alternating hands in a rapid pattern. Michael, who lives in Cambridgeport, not too far away from Speedwash, is no exception. He comes into the laundromat at precisely the same time every other Thursday. Somehow, Michael always finds the same parking spot in front of Speedwash, where he parks his white BMW. Seated on the trunk, he indulges in a cigarette and the most recent edition of Popular Science while waiting for the machines to do their job. "I used to work for one of those biotech firms," he reveals. "I did some statistical genetics. The math never interested me. I work at Starbucks now, and I finally have time to spend with my son. They gave me this great mug, too." He takes a sip of cola from a shiny black mug, emblazoned with the ubiquitous Starbucks logo. Those who frequent the laundromat very often have learned some key tricks to increase efficiency. It's now common practice to start a machine to make sure it works properly before filling it with clothes. Rituals and routines revolve around washing, drying, waiting, but even folding. Those folding bedsheets are given ample space and room to stretch out. They often have priority over the 4 folding tables spread out across the room. Outstretched arms spread the sheet out along its length, before hugging it to the body for precise folding. The city of Cambridge is undoubtedly a diverse community. The sheer number of institutions, colleges, and independent laboratories found within are an epicenter for intellectual variety. A generous representation of different classes and races inhabits the city. There are bustling commercial centers and quieter residential regions. Regardless of one's demographic, though, the laundromat is where all residents must confront each other. Here, they share, discuss, and carry out strictly regimented errands. Despite their vastly unique backgrounds, the citizens of Cambridge can't escape the fact that they all need to do their laundry.